Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. You can already see it's starting to cloud up more. Sun is definitely still out, but it's more hazy. Temperatures are great. Like I said, it's 53 degrees here at the Homestead, so that's a good thing. Alright, so I want to talk about, obviously, if you've been paying attention, more hostage exchange being done today for prisoners. And so more Israelis are coming back home. And so, that part of it, that is a good thing, so that the people, are being reunited with their family. Cost is too high. Again, I've talked about that in my opinion. You're releasing bad actors back that still have an agenda and are probably even more bitter than they were before because they've been locked up for however long. So that's all part of it as well. So, but, it's just, I want to negotiate with Israel on my next deal because that's going to be really favorable in my part. I just, like I said, I've kind of said how I felt about that, and that's just craziness in my opinion. The reality is this: the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Right? That's Spock. Remember that, right? So Spock sacrificed himself. Hello, puppies! You little cute guys. That's my little girl right there. And I think that's my little boy. So those are the two I'm keeping. So the other two are still available. But big paws. Big paws. You know what big paws mean, Hella? Big puppies. Big dogs. Yes. Big dogs. It's a good girl. She's done really well. She hasn't like flipped out. Like I had to carry one of the puppies out today, take it up the hill, and she, I had to have her in her crate, or in her run. So, I gotta show you this. So it's time for another tarp. It's always time for another tarp. Those winds were just outrageous. So I was going to show you this real quick. So anyway, I want to talk about more about Israel too, and we're going to do that in a second. But I wanted to show you this. So I've had the cover on here probably a couple years for her, at least 2 years now. That tarp has been on there, and that part of it completely tore off. So I'm going to get a heavier duty tarp this time. This one was okay, but I'm going to go with a heavier duty tarp and put that over the top of everything for her. And when, the puppies get a little bit bigger, they'll be in here as well. So that's what's going to happen there. So that's definitely, like I said, I'll get a heavy duty tarp for that one. All right, so Israel is kicking out, oh God, I'm trying to think of the initials. But it's supposedly the Palestinian agencies that are supposed to be helping the Palestinians. And Israel has given them until, I think, tomorrow to vacate out of Israel. There's like 3 cities that they're in. And stating that too many of them have been infiltrated. The organizations that's supposed to be helping Palestinians have been infiltrated by Hamas. And so they're kicking them out of Israel. So they have to be vacated. And they're supposed to be like a relief agency. And it's not like the UN or anything like that. They're not kicking them out. But they're kicking out this relief agency. They're stating, and I don't know, I'm not over there, but they're stating it's basically a front, and too many terrorists are involved in it, and they're using it for spying and everything else. So they have said you got to go. So I just saw that in the news. The other thing I know, everybody's talking about today, and we'll talk about this here in the U.S. The Black Hawk helicopter that ran into a passenger plane. Basically, everybody, I think they've recovered 30. The last I saw it was 30 bodies, no survivors. And when that blew up, when you saw the footage of it, and that Black Hawk hit that airplane, they said the airplane split in 2. And so, you know, that was not a good thing. And it's unfortunate. I will tell you a story that happened to me personally. My first wife and I, after I had gotten done with nursing school, this was back in 94, December of 94, we took a vacation and we went down to Florida, and we were staying in Myrtle Beach. So we had, you know, the hotel down there for the whole, you know, well, we went down and spent a couple days there, and then we decided to go down and spend a couple days down in Miami. So we drove down to Miami. Well, while we were in Miami and starting to drive back up to Daytona Beach, because we were going to, you know, go back there, spend a couple more days, and then head back to New York. While we were driving back from Miami, it's when that plane went down in the swamp. If you guys remember that, if you want to look it up, they had an airplane go down, and you know, a lot of loss of life on that one as well. Nobody survived that one. And you know, she was like, oh my God, you know, now we gotta, oh, we weren't driving ours, we were flying, because we had a rental car. That's what it was. Because we had to fly back from Daytona back to, you know, New York. And we had to, you know, I don't know if we went, probably like Charlotte, did an exchange, and then went back to New York from there. But anyway, she's like, oh my God, now we gotta fly. And I was like, no, baby, we're good. She goes, what do you mean we're good? I said, accidents happen so infrequently flying that the odds of two major accidents happening back to back are just, they're not there, you know. They're so infrequent. I said, so we're good. I said, we're going to get home fine. And we did, obviously, but it really scared the crap out of her. But, you know, the thing is, you take that chance with flying, something can go wrong. It happens. And, you know, that's the only thing I'll tell you that I really dislike about flying. If I'm in a car, and the car starts to slide, or a truck, and the truck starts to slide, I have some semblance of control. You know, I can try to do something. You know, maybe successfully, maybe unsuccessfully, but I can attempt to do something. When you're in an airplane, and that airplane is going down, there is nothing you can do. Nothing. You're going along for the ride, and that's it. And that's the only thing I don't like about flying. I've had a couple of flights that were really scary, very, very sketchy. Some major turbulence. I had one flight, we were coming back into Rochester, and it was rough. I mean, the winds were bad, and it was like the whole plane is shaking the whole time coming down. And then all of a sudden, you know, we're working down, and all of a sudden that airplane just takes a turn. And, you know, oh my God, people were terrified, and I among them. Okay, I mean, it's like did a sharp bank, and I think there might have been like another plane or something, but they made us take a sharp bank. We went around again and had to come back in a second time through all that turbulence. And literally, folks, I will tell you could hear a pin drop until we hit that ground, and we heard the tires hit the tarmac, and then when a cheer went up in the cabin. I mean, people were just like so happy. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you. Terrible tragedy, a lot of loss of life, unfortunate of course, but it does happen. I hope you all are having a great day, and I will talk to you all later. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.